What's up, keepers, and welcome back to another weekly episode of ARS Goalkeeping. I'm your host, Alberto, the goalkeeper coach and glove guru. And today's video and full infield review was made especially possible by the team at Pro Direct Soccer, which sent over a pair of Blackout Predator 20s in a size 9 to add into our review. So let's dive right into this one. To bring in the new 2020 age, Adidas has made a whole new line of goalkeeper gloves, where they have essentially dumped the strap and gone for a full one-piece negative cut body style. The models we have here are the Predator 20 Pros, the newest adaptation of the Predator Pros, which come with a whole new set of features never before seen on an Adidas glove. And starting out with that fully embossed latex palm that has an interesting durability zone layering style across the outer heels of the palm and those outside areas that most rub up against the ground. And of course, the wrist strap is no more, and instead there's a brand new wrist entry or closure area that does a remarkably decent job at fitting around the hands if you have the right sizing. The backhand is made up of unique demon skin material that looks pretty cool, but what I was really interested in was the embossed URG 2.0 latex palm, because embossed means that the latex has been heat pressed onto the glove, so the fit is a whole lot more natural and ergonomic and much more durable. But the grippiness does take a massive hit, and it is decidedly less grippy than last generation's URG 2.0 latex. And so even though the grip is pretty decent and for the most part it can palm the ball, it does not have the same level of grip the last URG 2.0 models had. And you can see that after a few seconds the balls do slip out of the grip of these Predators, and I can't help but assign some blame to the fact that they did not roll the latex over on the thumbs, which in my eyes is a must for these types of super thin ultralight gloves. And I feel like there would be a whole lot more grip and control of the ball if there was a latex wrap over the thumb. And if you remember our first impression video, I got the first Predators in their classic red and white black colorway in a size 10, which were just a little too big for me, which led to extra space in the tips of the fingers and a much looser wrist than I preferred. So I asked the team at Pro Direct to send over some 9s, and I still ended up using those 10s for a solid week to give the palms and stitching a good durability test. But what I found was when I got in those 9s is that sizing is probably one of the biggest deciding factors for whether or not you're going to enjoy these gloves. It is imperative that you get the right size that fits your hands and wrist well enough, or you can't really take advantage of this new wrist entry style. And I found that I needed to talk some more about this demon skin backhand and how it affected the performance on harder shots and punching the ball out. From the palm angle, the gloves were padded enough and I didn't have too much sting on the ball, even dealing with hard struck volleys, close-up shots, and far parries. But the situation did change once I started to try and punch the balls out, especially the harder shots, which are typically the ones I want to get out if I can't control. And one of the tougher shots that I punched out literally swelled up my knuckle, which makes sense since there is no extra protective layer over the knuckles on these Predators. The demon skin backhand is literally just a drip of plastic glued onto the knitted backhand, providing no real weight or support to the gloves other than a cool aesthetic. So while catching and parrying shots with the heel of the palm or the front of the palm is no problem, punching out knuckling shots might hurt more than what you would expect in these bad boys. And with all that being said, the Predators are on the right track to making the perfect strapless goalkeeper glove. On my 9s, the fit is fantastic, with just a minor amount of looseness on the wrist area and a fatter finger than usual. So there's a lot of little things that can be fixed with the fit, especially the wrist entry, which I do think is a massive step forward for these strapless styles. But even with the right size, I did find myself readjusting the fit after most big saves and dives, which wouldn't be the case with a tighter wrist entry or, I don't know, maybe a belt-like material that would strap the opposite sides together, but I have no idea why they would do that. And what has to be the biggest flop of our feature list must be this demon skin backhand, which is obviously there just for looks because it doesn't add any weight or sturdiness to the backhand, and with prolonged use, I came to find that the rubber bits actually can and do rip off, either from friction up against the ground or punching the ball. I ended up losing a big chunk of spikes across the knuckles on my classic red Predators, which, short of causing a few swollen knuckles, had an amazing performance on the field. And you can see the differences in our comparisons here. The All Blacks have a full forest of spikes still, while the classic red Preds are missing patches. And even the I and the N of the Demon Skin tag has begun to fall off, showing that the backhand needs to go back to the drawing board. But bottom line, I was able to make some huge saves with the Preds on, and definitely I felt a lot more comfortable than I have had with most, if not all, the strapless gloves that I've used before. And I'm certain with a few good tweaks, these Predators are going to be sweeping the goalkeeper world in no time. But while we wait, let's take a look at our blackout Preds after their first training session. And they look pristine, short of some dirt and a small tear right above the durability line on the palm. And on the backhand, we haven't even lost any spikes yet, which is a decent sign that maybe with a better fit, the backhand will last longer. But I don't have much faith in that being the case. And when we take a look at the red counterpart, the differences in the backhand is easily seen, with a massive patch missing right around the ring and pinky area. And you can also see how loose the 10s are on my wrists compared to the blackout 9s, where both do have some give and space. The red colorway does show a whole lot more free area and movement when I'm moving those wrists around and manipulating the gloves a little more. To me, the standout feature has to be this embossed latex palm. Adidas was brave enough to give up the tackiness for a better fitting and more durable latex palm that ends up paying out its dividends. At least for the URG 2.0 models, the latex is not as prone to ripping off or tearing, and it is more often than not, it seems to crack and tear and flake off the palms more, while still keeping that same level of grip that isn't crazy good, but it's still good enough. And take a closer look on these palms. I've been using these gloves for about 3 weeks on mostly grass fields, and you can see that the palms with a good washing should be fine. So for the price of about $120 or 100 British pounds, the Predator Pros are the first step to the modern goalkeeping glove, and one I would recommend to you ultra light glove lovers. But if you want some extra weight and stopping power to deal with hard shots, you will not enjoy the backhand on these, and I would recommend to stay with an Adidas Classic model or to go with a model with a strap and a nice solid latex backhand. So yeah, that's it for our review on the new Predator Pros. Make sure you scroll down, smash that like and subscribe button, plus join us on our Keeper Discord, the largest and best online keeper chat in the world. And don't forget to get your giveaway entries in as well. We are giving away one pair of size 9 personalized ARS Predators to a lucky subscriber who goes to our Instagram page and follows all the rules posted. So go to ARS Goalkeeping or at ARS Goalkeeping on Instagram and follow all the rules to get a chance to win your own pair of these gloves. So yeah, thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys again very soon.